Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to talk about the recent England game against DR Congo and kind of the shock and surprise I've had at the media's reaction to it. Everyone's saying basically, from ESPN, CBS, Talksport, it was a terrible result. England aren't going to go further in this tournament. I think it's a load of rubbish, to be honest. I mean, if you actually look back at the game at the end of it all and you looked at the stats, England created about 9 or 10 goal scoring opportunities. 5 of them are some world-class saves by Mpasi, the Congo goalkeeper. 2 of them England scored. One of them was a shot saved off the line. Another one was a penalty, which I think personally should have been given. And there was another one which was, I believe, a Kane shot that was blocked really well by Tuanzebe. Now, I think if you look back at that, that is actually England's best game so far at the World Cup, I think. Even when England were losing like the 70th minute, I was thinking, obviously I was feeling very anxious and nervous, but I thought England have actually played probably their best game so far in the tournament, and it was mainly just DR Congo defending really well. I don't think it was much to do with England playing poorly. I mean, don't get me wrong, first 20 minutes was an abomination and pretty embarrassing to watch. They couldn't even string 3 passes together. I think personally Rashford probably had the worst performance out of everyone. I mean, he just couldn't cross the ball in, he couldn't shoot well. He just lost every single 1v1. I think Gordon should start the next game. Personally, after that performance, I actually thought Madueke did really well. He had 2 great crosses into Bellingham, which probably should have scored one of them. Then there was a chance by, was it Kane? I think, O'Reilly. When Madueke got to the line, he passed it back, and then there was Nico O'Reilly just finished it, and missed it by a little bit, and then Rashford had his shot saved off the line. Madueke beat his defender quite a few times, and he also linked up actually a lot better with Spence, I think, than any fullback and wingback and winger combination so far at the tournament. So I think Madueke did alright, but obviously if Saka's fit and well, obviously you probably want him to start, but I just don't know if he's fit enough to start. And then I actually thought Jed Spence did alright. The first goal isn't his fault, even though I think initially everyone thought it was. I didn't thought it was Madueke's fault, but I don't think it is his fault either. I think every player just kind of marked the wrong person. There was not enough communication between the defenders and the midfielders on who's supposed to take whose person. They need to work on that communication a lot better for the next game. And obviously, again, the wingers need to beat their man more often and put in better quality crosses or shots. That's the thing England need to work on. Consorgetti needs to communicate a bit better. But there was some decent play from everyone. And I think England had a ton of chances. DR Congo, I think it's disrespectful, BBC saying England were 15 minutes from humiliation. And on the middle of the commentary, you had Alan Shearer saying, I think, this is worse than Iceland and Slovakia. No, it wasn't. This performance was nowhere near as bad as those performances. I feel people have forgotten them. Slovakia and Iceland, England created nothing. They couldn't do anything all game. It was so bad. It was embarrassing. It was that bad. I mean, there was nowhere near the quality of that. England kind of dominated the rest of the game after the first 20 minutes. They dominated. But they had a slice of luck with Wissa missing as well. I don't know how he missed that. But I think England, people clearly just aren't watching the game, because Spence Madueke actually played alright. But a lot of people are just instantly saying, Troy Deeney on CBS. How has that man got a job there, being a pundit? He kept saying how, if you look at France's games and then England's game, I bet you all of France's passes are forward and England's passes are always sideways or backwards. Then someone from CBS put a graphic up showing he was talking absolute rubbish, and it was basically the same, England and France. And then Deeney was like, oh no, that's all those forward passes probably after the 75th minute. And I was like, no, they weren't. England had 6 goal scoring chances in the first half. In fact, they could have easily gone in at half time 2-1 up. So he's just talking absolute rubbish again. And there's such pessimism, saying, I think everyone's opinion's been coloured by the fact that England were losing 1-0 for the first 70 minutes, and I understand that was stressful, but I feel if DR Congo had scored their goal after half time, people would have said gone into half time England probably should be going on 1-0 up. I think it's just the fact that England obviously went down for such a long time that they were that was a really bad game. I don't think it was. I think it was a combination of just DR Congo. What was mainly DR Congo just defending really well and the goalkeeper playing really well. You know, I think it's a bit harsh to say, wow, England are terrible, they're going to go out of the tournament playing like that. I don't necessarily agree. And I also don't think DR Congo played ultra defensively, like they played like a super defensive back line. They're pretty forthcoming, fair play to them. But I do think they offered like a tactical switch, and they didn't play 5 at the back, they played 4 at the back. And that again messed up England's press at the start, which Tuchel's got to work on, I think. I think he did well at the hydration break to change it up, but England needs to predict better what the opposition's going to do at the beginning of the match, because England can't keep starting matches that badly every single game so far. They've started horrendously. They need to improve. It's got to be so much better than that. But yeah, other than that, I thought England played alright actually, which is kind of strange given that England were losing for large parts of the match. Kane obviously is incredible. Bellingham could have had a hat-trick. I mean, him and Kane are carrying the tournament so far, but I think Gordon stepped up as well. Declan Rice was everywhere. I think people need to give England more credit, and obviously you have a bit more positivity. I mean, my word, the negativity going into this Mexico game. Everyone's basically saying because Mexico have only lost there twice in 6 years or whatever. It's well, their competition they've played, though, to be fair, hasn't been great there, and also it's actually predicted to be raining, I think, or stormy during the match, which could suit England. So I understand at high altitude they've got an advantage there, but I feel like people need to back England here and back them to get the job done, really. I mean, I certainly back England. I mean, obviously it's going to be a really difficult match, but I think people need to respect Tuchel, because even if England somehow lost that match against DR Congo, I don't think that would have been Tuchel's fault. I think it was just down to a combination of slight lack of quality from wide areas and great defending and goalkeeping from DR Congo. That's my opinion. I think the hysteria from Simon Jordan, TalkSport, Troy Deeney, CBS, Jamie O'Hara, TalkSport, Rob Dorset, Sky Sports, even Alan Shearer was being a bit... I don't like hearing commentators during the middle of the match saying, oh, this is going to be worse than Iceland. That doesn't help. You don't want to hear that when you're watching the game. And I think I'm not a huge fan of the half-time interviews with the assistant England coach Anthony Barry. Sure, it's interesting, but let them focus on the half, talking to the players, not talking to the media. But yeah, overall the substitutes made a difference. I think Tuchel did a pretty good job. And look, I just want England to win it so badly, not just because I want England to win it, but just to vindicate Tuchel, because the amount of people who keep saying, wow, if only Phil Foden had come along, and like Paul Merson saying that on Sky Sports. I mean, seriously, Phil Foden deserves to be nowhere near the England team, and I'm a City fan. And neither did Cole Palmer, neither did Trent Alexander-Arnold. None of them deserve to be in the England squad. They were injured for large parts of the season, and they played terribly. Didn't deserve to be there. They wouldn't unpick the defence. They keep saying how you need a pocket player like Palmer or Foden to unpick the defence. When was the last time in the last year and a half Foden or Palmer unpicked the defence? For England or Chelsea or City, they haven't done it. So people need to stop talking rubbish, and I just want England to do well, also just so they can vindicate Tuchel, who I think is a pretty good manager and has managed England pretty well so far. So in total, I just want to come on here, rant a little bit, say how the English media have done such a terrible job so far at this World Cup. The amount of negativity is ridiculous. They clearly don't watch the game. It's just this knee-jerk overreaction because England were losing for 70 minutes of the match. Not giving DR Congo credit. Also, given that DR Congo held Portugal to a 1-1 draw, and they held Colombia to 0-0 till the 80th minute, until Colombia got a deflected winner. So I think people need to show DR Congo a bit more respect, really. And I think that was a good win for England. And I agree with Harry Kane. They've got to enjoy these moments and celebrate them, and rightfully so. And yeah, for Mexico, that should be a great game. I think England will win it. I just think people need to give England more of a chance than they are right now. And people just writing them off is ridiculous. I mean, Craig Burley said some of the worst stuff I've ever heard on ESPN, saying how England are never going to win the World Cup, especially playing like that, and how without Harry Kane, they're nothing. I disagree with that. I think he's just salty because Scotland are already out of the tournament. But yeah, people can put what their thoughts are in the comments. I want to hear what people think. I think people are being way too unfair against England. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. I might do a next video on Tucker Carlson, because that video did quite well on my channel. So stick out for that. I'm going to upload that one soon as well. And have a good day.